Welcome back, everybody. Almost half past the hour on your Monday morning. And here's a look at the top story that we're following right now. Fury over ICE raids in Los Angeles boils over into these protests all weekend long and violence the last few days. Confrontations between law enforcement and protesters on the streets lasting late into the night. Cars set on fire. You had projectiles lobbed at officers and police responding with tear gas, rubber bullets and flashbangs to try to clear those crowds.
We had individuals out there shooting commercial-grade fireworks at our officers. That can kill you. We are overwhelmed as far as the number of people out there engaged in this type of activity.
President Trump has commented on the unrest on Truth Social multiple times, saying, looking really bad in L.A., bring in the troops. The president already deploying the National Guard to protect federal buildings and be ready to stop the unrest. California's governor says he may sue over that deployment. And you're looking live at Los Angeles right now. Still, obviously a police presence there this morning. The California Governor Gavin Newsom urging people in the city to remain peaceful. Here with me now I have Michael Alcazar, retired NYPD detective and professor at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Michael, good morning to you. To override the state governor here and go against his wishes, that's a huge step. It's not a move you throw around lightly, right? I mean, from your local PD lens, do you like that move, and how necessary was it?
Yeah, from what I was watching on the news, that the police were outnumbered, right? We see the vehicles were being destroyed, set on fire, objects being launched at police officer. So it is within the president's right to activate the National Guard to protect the community, to preserve balance, to protect the police officers that are trying to do the job, to protect, the citizens of L.A. So, yeah, I thought it was appropriate.
And from the beginning, LAPD was struggling to get these protests under control. I know DHS, blames police for waiting more than 2 hours to respond to the protests, which LAPD is denying. But if that is true, why would that be the case? First Amendment reasons, manpower reasons? How do you see it?
I see it as probably like a political move. We saw it happen during the BLM protests. A lot of politicians don't want to show a police force. They want to protect the rights of protesters, which is fine if you're protesting. But if you're rioting and, these bad actors are taking advantage of it, you have to deploy the police. I remember in New York, politicians were telling our police officers to stand down, not to wear their helmets, to look so they don't look like a threat. And what that does, it just emboldens the criminal element within the protesters, bad actors, people that take advantage of the situation. So I don't think LAPD is to blame. I'm sure there was a lot of people telling them to stand down and not to act. We've seen that a lot in New York, again, with a lot of demonstrations, and then it gets bad. It festers and becomes more violent, and unfortunately, it's probably a little too late for the police officers to maintain control, so they needed the National Guard.
And speaking of the politics that is at the center of this, I mean, that political rift right now between President Trump and Governor Newsom, how does that then trickle down to the dynamics on the ground between law enforcement, between state, local, the feds? How does that impact things?
Well, the police have to work together with the National Guard. National Guard is there for law enforcement support. Police are the tip of the spear. They're there to deal with the public. They're trained to deal with citizens, right? They're to keep public peace. Again, the National Guard is there to show numbers, right? So that in case the criminal element wants to overwhelm or attack the police officers, the National Guard is there to protect the police officers and the community. They're also there to protect the public, to make sure that protesters are safe. It's surgical. They want to eliminate the criminal element. That's what they want to take out. They want to arrest these people. And if you're attacking the police and you're attacking the National Guard, that is a felony. That's not jail time, that's prison time. So it's complicated and a delicate balance that the police officers and the National Guard have to maintain.
Michael Alcazar, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. I do appreciate your perspective, sir, as always.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.